Hi everyone and welcome to the episode 4 of the Say the Party Devlog. It's been a while since the last update and I apologize for the delay. I had to deal with some IRL stuff, but I am excited to share the substantial progress I made on the game since then. You can already see the changes on the game board. In the last devlog, all the squares were empty. Now some of them have, well, creatures. Okay, they might look like creatures just yet. They are red rectangles for now, but we'll get there, I promise. These rectangles represent hostile creatures, and bars below them show their health. As you progress across the board, the creatures get stronger and have higher health. When a player lands on a square with a creature, they have two choices, fight or flight. If you choose fight, you'll take damage based on the creature's strength, but a chance to attack back. If you choose flight, you'll roll a d20. A roll higher than 10 means you successfully avoid the creature. When that happens, the creature leaves the combat phase for the rest of the turn, which means you don't take damage, but can't attack it either. If you fail the roll, it's treated as a fight. You take damage and can attack back. By attack, of course, I mean that you can use a skill on them, just like you were able to use on enemy players in the last devlog. If you manage to kill the creature, you'll earn rewards that will make your character stronger, but we'll cover rewards in detail in the next devlog. When the creature is dead, it will respawn at the end of your next turn. If you'll notice, creatures mimic the mechanics of Monopoly properties. In Monopoly, buying a property costs her resources for long-term benefits. In Slay the Party, fighting creatures costs health and mana in exchange for power boosts. The decision between attack and escape mirrors the strategic decision of investing in a property or saving your resources. However, Monopoly has a clear reason to save resources. You need money to pay rent when landing on opponent-owned properties. In Slay the Party, there is no such direct mechanic, so I made escape not guaranteed to mimic the same risk. This introduces an element that leads players to carefully balance health and mana management, even when enemy players are not actively threatening them. That said, I still want the primary interaction to be a player versus player, not player versus creature. So, creatures deal relatively low damage, especially the weaker ones, and it will take many hits from them to take a player down. With introduction of creatures, I also built what I call the turn trigger system. This system allows me to execute specific actions at the start or the end of a player's turn. Right now, I am using it for creature response, but it'll become even more useful when I start adding real skills. You didn't think I would leave them this simple, did you? Here's a quick breakdown of how the system works. I create a turn action object that stores the index of the player whose turn the action belongs to, a delay counter that tells how many rounds will pass before the action triggers, and the action itself. There are also two lists, the actions, which means the actions that will trigger at the start of turn, and night actions, the actions that will trigger at the end of the turn. At every turn change, the system loops through these lists. When a creature dies, its respawn action is added to the night actions list. If an action's delay is greater than 0, it decreases by 1. If it hits 0, the action triggers and gets removed from the list. You might wonder, isn't it the end of one player's turn also the start of another? And you'll be right. They are technically the same moment, but separating day and night actions helps keep the system organized, especially as mechanics get more complex. And I think this is it for this devlog. I would love to dive deep into how creatures work in the code too, but that might take too long for this video. If you are curious, feel free to ask in the comments or reach out through my website. I've also started working on the game design document using Notion. I believe it's the best way to showcase my documentation publicly. I've already shared some sections on LinkedIn and I added new content about the game board this week. You'll find the link in the description, so make sure to check that out too. Next week, I am planning to pick up the pace and finalize the remaining square types, so you might see multiple devlogs in 1 week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.